I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Ahead, we'll see the NFL's all-time passing leader, Drew Brees, and the New Orleans Saints as they square off with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, there are a few cities finer on a clear afternoon than this one, and we have a picture-perfect clear afternoon. Heck, you can see all the way to Mount Rainier in the distance here at CenturyLink Field in Seattle. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. 2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense led out by number 3, Russell Wilson, the franchise's all-time leader in touchdown passes. And the Seahawks, they finished above 500 in all 7 of Wilson's seasons. But this year, a little different. They'll work with a very young receiving core, no Doug Baldwin anymore, in what promises to be a tough NFC West.
Right there, 56. I'm not ready.
On first down, Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for over the defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
And one of the big bodies helping out this offense is your boy, Upati.
And all he wants to do is have running plays called. Fire out and smack people.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They run the counter. It's Carson. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up.
Check, 47. Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
On 3rd down, Carson. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
47, Mike, 47. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 26. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Check.
Now it's Wilson. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another first down.
56 right there. 56. You gonna see me in your nightmares. You gonna see me in your nightmares.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. He'll find Metcalf. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. A gain of 9 there. Sets up 2nd and goal. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Yeah, boy, a good surge defensively. It'll depend on the mark, but I'm not sure he got there. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh, yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 24. This is Alvin Kamara, made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Ready. 5-8. 5-8. Set right 54. Right 54. Over. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
From midfield, here's Breeze. That'll be complete to Cook. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Jared Cook is a guy who's been around the NFL. He's been with the Titans, the Rams, the Packers, and the last 2 years in Oakland. Now he makes a move to the Big Easy, where he pairs with Drew Brees and forms a nice little threat.
Ready.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
All day, every day, any day.
Now Breeze. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Bradley McDougald that time able to knock it away.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler Michael Thomas was the intended receiver, and it's third down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Breeze to throw again. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So matching field goals on our opening 2 drives.
Yeah, it feels like 2 boxers feeling each other out here in the early going of the game, right? Exchanging some jabs, but none of the heavy stuff just yet.
Each team with a possession, each team with a field goal as the kick is away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. A reminder, coming up later tonight, a lot of buzz about this game. The Browns, they've been doing some travel. Back-to-back primetime games for them. Monday night they were in New York. Now the Browns head to Los Angeles to take on the NFC champs, Browns and Rams, an 8:20 kickoff Eastern time, 5:20 in California. Well, here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. The end result, 21 yards. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
Here we go. Kill.
Wilson now off the bootleg. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later. And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to, pick up a first down.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They run the counter. It's Carson. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and the nose of the football. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Now it's Wilson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down. So can this New Orleans defense stand tall again? Third and goal. They'll try to run with Carson. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave them with a fourth and goal. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
The drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate, in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
Clock at 20 seconds to go in the half as they come up first and 10. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And Kamara has it stripped. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
After review of the play,
this challenge was initiated by the guys in New York. Taking a look at the play, less than 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, I'm sure the coach wanted to challenge it, so he's probably going to send the New York office a holiday card. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing.
It got his man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The second quarter starts off with a bang as they snag over 30 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5. After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5.
Check three. On the Seahawks.
Breeze now to throw. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 26.
He's crashing. He's checking. Kill.
On first down, Breeze going to throw deep for the end zone. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Oh, he can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
And Lutz puts this one through. And that will tie things up at 6-6. So they come away from this opening drive in the 3rd quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job 1, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is taken at his 4. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the 3rd. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And the drive starts with a completion left side. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. This is Carson. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Here's Wilson to throw. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a 1st down.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. 2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Well, that's a perfect example of how he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's game. He is just all around the football right now, isn't he?
That he is, and it's funny because I talked with the coaching staff about drills that they do in practice, and one of them is called matching hands. And as soon as that hand is watched by the quarterback, you throw up the opposite hand and match that hand with the QB, and oftentimes you're able to knock it away, as we just saw there.
Wilson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Stepping up, he'll try it. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Demario Davis, who was the Saints' leading tackler in his first year in New Orleans, in on the stop. On second down, here's Penny. A tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. It's a pickup of 6, and that is going to do it for this third quarter. A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on third down. Back now in Seattle, Washington. All even as we get ready to start the fourth.
4 down, 4 down.
Wilson now to throw on third down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jaron Reed gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. Drew Brees, 6 fourth-quarter comebacks a season ago, and that led the NFL. He'll try to deliver another one. After the sack on first down, Brees, and Thomas has it. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. Brees now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Off the play fake to Kamara. It's Brees. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Come on, fellas.
Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
It takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just come.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Here's Wilson. And caught left side, Olsen. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here 1st and 10. Drew Brees getting ready to go again on offense. And the interception that ended their previous drive, that might be one we look back on and say that was the turning point of this game.
Hey, partner, guess what? There's still time for a few more turning points in this ball game. They're only one score down.
Yeah, true. We could have some twists and turns. Stay tuned. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Jaron Reed picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Another try after the first down sack. Breeze. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hey, Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Here we go.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. He's going to let it fly. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. We've seen some big kicks in the NFL the last few years, and that one might just rank right up there.
And you know, you can hear the crowd react, right? But I was focused in on the sideline and watched them absolutely erupt. I don't know how many of them thought that he was actually going to make that kick, but how about how they felt when the ball went over the post?
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. All right, Greg Olsen getting ready to trot out there for another drive. All right, Charles Davis, what do we make of these numbers and what's happened to the big tight end here?
Well, I think a lot of times we talk so much about adjustments and what you're going to do at halftime that maybe we miss what actually goes on. Because the sense is that, oh, they go into the half, they just change everything. That's not really true. A Super Bowl winning quarterback out of New York always used to say, you worked all week on a game plan. There's a reason you have it. Just either play it better or make subtle tweaks to it. Otherwise, there's no sense even going into a ball game. A lot of times that's what they do. Just find a little subtle thing, one little change, and maybe it can make things a little bit better.
Now Wilson. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Here's Carson. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. Boy, missed tackles. That could be their downfall, Charles.
Yeah, they actually let him out of bounds there. Instead of the clock continuing to run, they let him out, and it turned into another timeout for him. Not good at all.
A running play on first down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. 4 down, 4 down, 4 down.
Wilson leaves this one with Penning, and they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up. Wilson to throw. Able to locate Wilson. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. Now a timeout called for by the defense as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. They run it with Carson, and they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. They run again with Carson. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. They've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Now it's Carson. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
Well, any thoughts about overtime have ended at this juncture. That touchdown puts them up 6. I would imagine they'll kick the extra point now and rely on their defense.
Yeah, rely on their defense. So a little bit of time left on the clock here in the 4th, but they got to feel good now. Extra point up and through by Myers, and they will take a 7-point lead. That time a 9-play drive, and it was all capped off by the Chris Carson touchdown run. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. So Breeze and the Saints down by 7. A little over 20 seconds to go. Their perfect start to the season in jeopardy unless they can score here as they've got it 1st and 10. Now a desperation throw. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. To throw is Breeze. He's going to let it fly. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Sammy! Let's break it down, fellas. Break it down.
He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. Looking to go back to Thomas again, but now it'll be 3rd down. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. One final try here for Breeze. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. But, Charles, a one-score game. Down to the end we went. They had one final play in that one-score game. We all knew what was coming, the Hail Mary. They just couldn't get it done.
Wasn't exactly complicated, was it? We all knew, as you said, and go long and see if we can find someone open. They didn't get it done. Someone's happy. Someone is not.
So for the Seahawks, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they too will exit with a 2-1 record. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.